guys. So it has been a while since I have just chatted with you about things that had nothing to do with having babies or trying to have babies or anything about babies. So I thought I would record real quick and have a talk with you about stress. So, you know, because it's nothing like having babies. That's not stressful. Excuse my sunburn here. We went to, we stayed at a Disney resort yesterday and went to the pool. We didn't go to the parks, but we had a pool day. And this is with sunscreen. This is, I don't know if you can see, my chest was much worse yesterday, but today it's this. And I think my lights are so bright that you can't even see the degree to which I am glowing. And it's still so hot. And this was, you know, over 24 hours ago. I was in the pool up to my chest watching my girls have fun and everything. So I'm getting the sun and then the reflection of the sun off the pool. So I'm sunburned and my hair is crazy and it's 11:30 at night and I'm just sitting down and talking to you guys. I'm sorry that I haven't posted since last week. It has just been nutty bananas around here. I was sick a lot of the week last week. Eddie and I had our 12-year anniversary and we wanted to record a video and I was just feeling so crummy. I had such a bad migraine and it just didn't happen. So that will be coming hopefully tomorrow. Hopefully tomorrow I will post that. It may be later because, you know, he works. It'll have to be after work unless I figure out how to live stream. I don't know that I can live stream from this camera and my laptop, but I don't know how to do all that. We'll see what happens. I'll have a video for you. It's kind of a getting to know us kind of a thing. So if you're interested in us or our relationship, it should be a fun video. It's interesting questions. So it should be fun. But anyway, back to the point of this video. I want to talk about stress because I had a stressful day today and I had a run away from home kind of day today. Literally. So if you're new here, and I know a lot of you are, we have reached 2,000. Thank you so much. You guys are amazing, and I'm so excited. There's so many new people, but you may be new to my world, and you know, maybe you came for the TTC, but you get the rest of the crazy. This is my last semester of school, and I am in my capstone class, which means so much writing. And it's just been a rough few months for me, and it just, you know, the stress of that while homeschooling, and, you know, there's never enough money, and there's always something wrong with something. Something breaks, or, you know, you're always robbing Peter to pay Paul, and it just, stress builds up, you know, bickering with the husband, not over big things, you know, but, you know, it happens, you know, the stresses of daily life and the stresses of kids who are growing up and finding their voice and their attitudes. And we kind of had a little bit of all of that today. And it got to a breaking point with the attitudes and the snottiness and the entitlement. Where the hell do these kids get off anyway? But, you know, it just a lot of stuff went down, and then a lack of sleep because we were out in the sun and then in a hotel, so I don't sleep so well in a hotel. It just was a whole culmination of stuff, and the straw that broke the camel's back was the girls don't take the puppy out as often as the puppy needs to be taken out. He's a 3-month-old puppy and he weighs 2 pounds and he has a tiny bladder and he needs to go out. He needs to go out like hourly, take the dog out. He doesn't signal us yet to let us know when he has to pee. They don't pay enough attention to notice when he's sniffing around and the dog peed on the kitchen floor. Dogs pee on the kitchen floor. Clean it up, mop it up. So Natalie gets a wad of paper towels. The dog's piddle's this big. Gets a wad of paper towels, wipes it up off the floor, and sets the pee-pee paper towels on my kitchen counter. And I walk in and there's just water all over all the counters, and it's like, what is this? And I pick up this wad of paper towels thinking, I'll just wipe down the counters with it. And I said, is this pee-pee on this? She's like, yeah. Trash can's right there. It's right there. And you put it on my kitchen counter. You put pee on my kitchen counter. And maybe that's not a big deal on a regular day, but when it's all the other things that happen, Mama kind of blew up. And instead of blowing up at my kid, I yelled, hey! He knows this tone that I get from time to time. So he did not finish playing the game that he was playing. He ran his ass into the kitchen and he's like, what? His eyes are this big. And I said, I need to get out of here. And he goes, okay. So I grabbed my keys. I have no phone. I am lucky enough that I had my driver's license and, you know, my bank card in my back pocket. And I just was out the door. I tore out of my driveway. I'm down the street. I am just driving. I don't know where I'm going, but I'm pissed. So get myself together. Unfortunately, I'm very close to the water. I'm a Pisces, and water just calms me down. I don't necessarily want to go in the water, but I want to be around the water. So I stopped at Starbucks, and I got the biggest chai latte that they have. I should have gotten two. And I drove to the beach, and I sat in the sand, and I listened to the waves. And I got there when it was daylight out, and I left when the stars were out. I literally sat on the beach and watched the waves. And that's how I like to deal with stress, when I have the ability to run away from home. You don't always have the ability to run away from home, but that's my favorite way of dealing with stress. Give me something sweet to drink and the beach. And it just, I don't know, something about it, it just relaxes me. The sounds and the smells and the sights, and it just almost immediately, and it's so tangible. I take a big deep breath of that salt air, and it just literally, my shoulders just, you know, from being up here being tense, just dropped, and I just immediately started to feel more relaxed. And it just brings out the whole, I don't know if you do, this may be a totally weird thing that I do, but, and maybe if you're not a spiritual kind of person, religious or what have you, maybe if you're not that kind of person, this may sound completely bizarre to you, but it's one of those moments where it's like, I am so grateful that I was born in this country and not another country, you know, where women are oppressed, or it's just hot and miserable and gross all the time. Don't get me wrong, I live in Florida, it's plenty hot and miserable, but I am fortunate that I live here, that I live in this country where I can say and do whatever it is I want to say and do, and that I live in Florida where I am 20-minute ride to the beach, and I can just sit there and I can watch the waves, and I can have a place that is quiet. There was nobody else out there. A little ways down, there were like people who were fishing into the ocean, and I couldn't even hear them. They were so far away. So it was just this beautiful little piece of heaven. And the water was fairly calm. They were very small waves. There was a mama dolphin and a baby dolphin. She was teaching him how to, or her, I don't know what the baby was, but she was teaching the baby how to fish in the surf, because when the water goes out, it gets sucked back before the wave comes over. The fish get disoriented right in there. So they were maybe 20 yards off the coast where I was sitting. They were so close to where I was, and they were just staying in this one little area right in front of me. So I just, you know, sat and I listened to the waves, and I watched the dolphins, and way off in the distance was a storm, and there was like lightning in the storm, but it was way far away. So every now and again you get this little flash of lightning way out in the ocean, and you're watching the dolphins and listening to the waves, and it was wonderful. And I feel so much better. So what do you do for stress? What do you do when you know, when you can't run away from home? I try to escape. This is one of my sanctuaries. I know that sounds ridiculous because it's my frickin' bathroom, but it's one of those places that I can come and either cry in the shower. That's, you know, if I'm gonna cry, I just cry in the shower. I'll sit on the shower floor, because, you know, life is stressful, whether you're a mom or not. Whatever you're doing in your life, some part of it is stressful, and sometimes momming can be very stressful. So it doesn't necessarily have to be anything in particular that I'm stressed out and crying about, but sometimes you just need to have a cry, and I do that in the shower. Or I'll sit in here and I'll play Sudoku. If you're new here, I play Sudoku when I take my pregnancy test, but I play Sudoku all the time. I love my Sudoku books. So I will sit in here and I will play Sudoku until my feet fall asleep. You know, and then I'll get up and I'll go back to momming or wifing or schooling or whatever it is that I'm doing in that moment that I'm having to escape from my life. But yeah, you know, I know we all have stresses. How do you deal with your stresses? That's my favorite way to deal with my stresses, is just go and recenter. I don't always get to do that. I can't remember the last time I did that, but it was wonderful, and I feel so much better, and I feel so much more in tune and so ready to tackle this week. This is going to be a rough week, but it's okay. I'm ready to tackle it. My final is next Monday. So it's coming down to the wire. I take my final and then I actually walk May 11th, assuming that I pass everything. My 25-page paper is due this Friday, but I submitted it last week, and I'm so happy and I'm so proud of myself. The week before, the 25 to 30 slide PowerPoint presentation was due. It's just been a real bitch of a semester, and I'm really glad for it to be over. So, you know, bear with me for the next week, and then we can get back to posting more often, more frequently, and I will be considerably less stressed. And sorry that I look rough and I'm glowing today, but I just wanted to get on and talk to you about things that were going on in my life, because you guys are my therapy, and thank you for always being there for me. All right, I will catch you guys very soon. I promise.